see ice tonight, a place they've gone 5-1-1 in their last 7 starts, and they tonight take on a team that has handled them so far in 2 previous meetings, the Vancouver Canucks. Welcome in, everybody. Pat Foley, thrilled you're with us for Chicago Blackhawks hockey. Eddie, in just a moment, let's take a look at the tightly bunched situation in the Central Division of the Western Conference. Blackhawks just 1 point out of a home ice position in the second spot, but Minnesota's just 3 behind. And they've got the tiebreaker as you look in the middle column. So it's going to be a very jumbled up situation in the final 6 games of the regular season. We welcome in Eddie Olczyk. The Hawks have come up with 2 nice wins in a row. And the other night, I don't think Johnny Oduya, we've ever seen him play better this year.
Yeah, Pat, he was everywhere. I mean, it seemed every time you called his name, he was right in the middle, something good going on for the Blackhawks. He didn't get any points, but he was real effective. He knew what his role and responsibility was going to be against the LA Kings, playing against Anze Kopitar. Here he keeps the play alive offensively, creates an A+ scoring chance. That's in on a forecheck. He's hitting another defenseman in Jake Muzzin, but it was one of Johnny Oduya's better games, and the Blackhawks certainly have tightened it up, Pat, in all 3 zones over the course of this little two-game winning streak, and Johnny Oduya certainly leading the troops from the back end. For the Vancouver Canucks, keep an eye on former Blackhawk forward Radim Vrbata. He's got 31 goals. He's not playing with the Twins like he was early in the year. This is a much deeper team with Vrbata on the second line.
And Vancouver's a team that's actually scored more goals than the Hawks have so far this year. So the 3rd and final regular season meeting between Chicago and Vancouver tonight. And we mentioned the Canucks have handled the Hawks. They beat them 4-1 back in Thanksgiving in Vancouver. Then in this building, a 5-4 overtime Canucks victory with that goal from the Twins. That was the winner.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does
Welcome back inside the UC. Let's take a look at the Ford goaltending matchup. Corey Crawford is save percentage 8th best in the entire National Hockey League, but the Canucks in 2 meetings have scored 8 goals on him, so he'll be hoping to tighten that up here tonight. And at the other end, Eddie Lack, who since the injury to Ryan Miller, he's been their man. He's gone 4-1-1 his last 6 decisions with 14 goals against in those games. And the officiating crew tonight led by Wes McCauley paired up with Tim Peel. There's Mr. Peel who's going to drop the face-off. Derek Amell, Andy McElman will be the linesman tonight. The Taves line will open up for Chicago's Joel Quenneville. The Nick Bonino line for Vancouver's Willie Desjardins. And now we're underway.
And this first period is brought to you by Chevy and ChevyDrivesChicago.com.
Hossa bumped it forward. Bieksa back. And then Bonino will drop it to Kevin Bieksa, who fires it off the boards. That missed everybody all the way down for icing Vancouver. Your AT&T Uber starting lines can be located at the top of your screen. And Eddie, Willie Desjardins' team, one of the better road teams in the entire National Hockey. They got more wins on the road than they've got at home. 24 road wins. And their total of 51 points away from home is 3rd best in the circuit. So they're awfully good on the road. Hawks win the draw. Keith long shot. Lack saw it all the way with an easy stop.
Yeah, I think just talking to people associated with the Vancouver Canucks, Pat, is that a lot of teams fall under that is you try to put on a little bit more of a show at home than you do on the road. And sometimes you get in that environment and it's all about one thing, and it's not worrying about anything, just going station to station. And the Canucks have had just a terrific season under their first-year head coach.
Hayes checked in behind. There's Edler. Just safely scoop it out of there. Oh, that hit the top of the glass, went out of play. Wow, that was very close to being a penalty. Edler from his own end, just with a hoister to get it out. And it hit the very top edge of the glass before leaving the rink. Otherwise, it's a penalty if it goes straight out. Didn't look like it was going to be that close to a problem, but it nearly was for the Canucks. Alexander Edler, who last year was a -39. There was nobody in the league worse than that. Coming off a -39 season, he was ranked 880th or something in the NHL in terms of individual players. But this year, a great comeback year. He's paired up with Chris Tanev, and they've been a really good defensive pairing. Been playing so well. Tanev just extended a contract by a number of years for a lot of money, $20+ million for Tanev. So he and Edler have been a real good D pairing for Desjardins' side. Pennins now for the Canucks. Failed to clear it. Seabrook looks across. Here's Richards, who tried to get it out in front. It came back to him. Now Sharp. Rolled away to Pennins, and he failed to get it out. That's the second time, finally. It exits the Canucks zone. Pennins into the end for Hansen, who fired a long shot. Easy save for Crawford. A reminder, as you enjoy Coldwood, look forward to Miller time later in the game. It'll be brought to you by Miller Lite.
You're talking about Pennins and Hansen. Pat, the center iceman there, Bo Horvat, not even 20 years of age yet, and boy, does he enjoy playing against the Blackhawks. Played 2 games, got 4 points. Goal and 3 assists in 2 games, so keep an eye on 53 White anytime that he's on the ice.
Eddie, the first of Vancouver victory of the season. We mentioned they beat the Hawks 4-1 in Vancouver. The line of Horvat, Hansen, and Dorsett played it with them that night. They dominated the game. And they were the reason at that time there was a 4th line for the Canucks. And that was the biggest reason Vancouver won the battle. It was going to be icing Chicago. But Hansen in that game had a hat trick. And Jonathan Toews was a -4 that particular night. Marian Hossa a -3. That was in the first meeting back around Thanksgiving. So a real off night for some of the Blackhawks' big guns. And without a victory in the first 2 games against Vancouver, Hawks looking to salvage something out of the season series here. Shaw in against Sedin for the draw. Canucks get it. Now a pass for BX. He cuts it with a shot. Oh, and a partial block by Keith. Now Henrik Sedin, center, quick shot, kicked away by Crawford. Rebound Saad, able to roll it back the other way. Brandon Saad working hard, pries it out of the corner, then was checked. BX's pass tipped loose, and now the race is on. Here come the Canucks. Daniel Sedin's pass picked off by Oduya, and around for Versteeg, who got checked. Taves there to help. They'll drop it back to Hjalmarsson. Now Taves counts it to Hossa. He's going to get the line. Hossa left it, the pass for Taves. He shot one and a save by Lack. He was in tight, had to just try to muscle it home.
Good reception there. There Oduya jumping into the play.
Here's Rabada at the other end. Shoots one, kicked away Crawford. Gave right to the middle. He made a second save. The puck picked up by Edler, who was in point blank with a rebound chance. And Crawford needed to help himself for the second stop.
Talk about Johnny Oduya getting involved in the play. It's exactly what happens here. Alexander Edler jumps into the play. And from our Xfinity Telestrator, Pat, watch the set face-off play here by the Canucks. They're going to move the puck, and then Bieksa is going to come in and jump into the play. Face-off win, something to keep an eye on. He moves it, and he moves himself. It creates an opportunity. Set face-off play went off the stick of the Vancouver Canuck defenseman, but something to keep an eye on there off a one face-off. We talk a lot about it. It's one of those times that in a game that you're able to have a set play because you're starting from a standstill, but the key is winning a face-off.
Desjardins battling the line. That's all the farther he could get, and now the Canucks Tanev.
This line was good the other night too. This Kruger line with
a couple of games in a row.
Yeah,
very effective. Carolina had a blowout.
Yeah, and sometimes you trip over the blue line. It happens.
Loose puck picked up by Tanev. And is cleared to center ice by Horvat. Seabrook has to scoop it back into Canuck territory as the Hawks were changing. Well, then Yannick Weber on the stick of Hamhuis. They chip it ahead. Taken by Bickle. David at the center. Kennon's dumped it back in. Timo Timonen goes up the boards to Brian Bickle. He's able to roll it loose. Just out of the reach of Saad, however. And Weber gets a little help from Hamhuis. And the Canucks will dump it. Crawford turns it over. Here's a pass in front. Picked off Seabrook. Able to get it out.
Yeah, that puck went on edge, Pat. As soon as Corey Crawford, he couldn't get it off the boards. It was on edge, and that's what took him so long to get rid of it. And that's what caused the close call there for the Hawk goaltender.
Vermette trying to battle in with a shot. Partially blocked. It's a glove finally by Lack, who hangs on to it.
We're going to get a great look from our terrific crew here, Pat. Watch this puck. Never settles down. Crawford's trying to settle it down, right? He knows what he wants to do, but look at the puck just never settled down. He takes a quick look, kind of hooks it a little bit, and there's the stick of Sean Matthias, the former Florida Panther forward, and Hawks are able to dodge a bullet there.
Henrik Sedin does not have a point in his last 3 starts for the Canucks. And only 2 goals in the last 14 for Henrik. Here's the draw. Hossa.
Hawks have won 7 big faceoffs, Pat.
The Canucks able to get it out. Going to be ruled offside against Vancouver.
Well, tomorrow night, watch the best of Blackhawks All Access starting at 9:30 right here. Comcast Sportsnet. Hey, Pat, a special get-well wish to Becca Myslinski, a 9-year-old young hockey player, and she plays for the Sharks out there in Mount Prospect. She had some major surgery over the course of the last little while, so we're certainly thinking about her. And she's a big Blackhawk fan, and even bigger Pat Foley fan, so we're thinking about Becca.
Yeah, things are going nicely, Becca. Here come the Canucks. Here's Henrik Sedin trying to chip it in front, handed right to Hjalmarsson. Now the breakaway pass going to be picked up. Versteeg cuts into the backhand. Black able to stay with him. Good recovery by the Canucks D. Versteeg really could only have one option there. He had to go backhand as Tanev in hot pursuit.
Well, turnover at the blue line. Nicholas Hjalmarsson, little airmail here, Pat, looking for Kris Versteeg. Settles it down. As soon as he lost it right there, it broke his momentum. He was going straight ahead, and then he had to move to his left, and then Tanev did a nice job of forcing him to go to his backhand once he had to break his stride. The right idea there from Hjalmarsson.
And Hughes goes up the boards. Higgins to Vrbata. Now they get it in. Here's Bonino. Check, but Weber with a quick shot. Blocker save. That was a good shot by Weber, but blocker stopped by Crawford. Back comes Sharp. Richards to the net. There's the pass. It just failed to connect. And Sharp got knocked down. Here come the Canucks. Higgins leads him. Might get a 3-on-2. Higgins gets in. Centered it. Ham Hughes. Good recovery by Roosevelt. His stick deflected the shot out of play.
Well, a missed opportunity, Pat, at the other end. That pass from Patrick Sharp to Brad Richards went right in between the stick and skates of Richards, but back the other way. Great stick here from Michael Roosevelt with the opportunity for Dan Hamhuis. That's the way you do it. Stick on stick, stick on puck. No shot on goal.
That was dropped unfairly, so now Kruger is going to get pitched, and Desjardins will have to come in against Horvat. Desjardins able to win the draw. Out comes Kimmo Timonen. In the last 2 games, he's had 20 minutes of ice time. He dumped this one in. Visa for Vancouver. A pinching Timonen kept it alive. Teravainen now helped by Kruger. His wraparound came loose to Kruger. He shoots. And a save by Lack. Rebound held in Timonen. And the goal stick of Lack out of play, or at least behind the side of the net. Here's Desjardins. Here's Timonen, or Teravainen. A shot is blocked. Picked up Kruger. Rolled it back. Timonen. Up the boards, Teravainen. Back to the veteran D-man. A long shot. Floats up high. Now in behind, Desjardins. Roll it on the boards. Spisa couldn't pick it up. Desjardins did. Now Teravainen slipped it in front. Kruger. Save. Lack. Rebound. They score! The puck found Teuvo Teravainen. After a great shift by the Hawks' fourth line, Teravainen opens the scoring.
Well, a lot going on in this shift. First off, again, a tip of the helmet to the fourth line, who comes off 2 strong games. Pitch in by Seabrook. Support out high by Teuvo Teravainen. The hard work, no stick for Eddie Lack. Teravainen with a beautiful pass over to Marcus Kruger. Great save from Lack. And then Kruger finds Teravainen, and he puts it into the wide open net. But outstanding work, outstanding support, and the Hawks with a 1-0 lead.
Teuvo Teravainen, who had 8 shots on goal against LA the other night. Every time he got it, he shot it when he was in position to do so, and his first opportunity tonight goes in. Now Bickle will roll it out to center ice. Tanev to Linden Bay with a dump in. Picked off Roosevelt. Now side, unable to reach it. Finally, Shaw lost the handle. Here comes Dorsett into the zone, picked away by Roosevelt to Keith. Duncan Keith with 3 points in his last 4 games. Now he'll look to his partner, Roosevelt. Feed at the feet of Versteeg. He's able to finally capture. Knocked away to Burrows, who cleared. Taves for Hossa into the zone. Hossa trying to split a couple of checks, not this time. And it's Oduya leading Hossa back to Hjalmarsson. Taves carries ahead. Versteeg now looking for a little help. Threw it across, off on a change. It's Seaver for the pass. Good block out in front by Spisa. Rebound to Henrik Sedin.
Beautiful pass there from Versteeg.
Now the Canucks will try along with it. The Crawford blockers aside from Urbana. Then a centering pass picked off Timonen. And back comes Sharp to Vermette. Sharp into the zone. Could not pull the trigger. And the Canucks the other way. Tane's long pass missed. Now taken by Sharp. Tied up at center ice. This one bounces over the boards. Out of play with 9 minutes gone by in the opening period. The Hawks on the board first.
To United Center up at press level. I'm Tracy Myers for CSN Chicago.com. Andrew Shaw has been playing better as of late. He's had more of a net front presence, and he's usually more better when he does that. Now, as far as taking all those hits and whacks down the net, he says, hey, you just have to deal with it. He said going into every game knowing you're going to take a beating is always tough, but it's the mental part of the game you have to get stronger at. Pat and Eddie, back to you.
Tracy, thanks very much. You can follow our Blackhawks Insider all season long on CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide Jeff Vukovich. Click JeffVuk.com. Nationwide is on your side.
Go back to that goal by Teuvo Teravainen, and you mentioned it, Pat. Eddie Lack had lost his stick. Kevin Bieksa moved it closer for his goaltender, but watch what happens. Kruger skates around the net, kicks it farther away, so Lack was out without a paddle for a good 45 seconds there, and then eventually the puck will work its way around, and the puck will end up into the back of the net. So a fortunate break for the Hawks, and they lead 1-0 here early in the first.
He's going to be icing Chicago. Teravainen did not have a point in his last 7 games, Eddie, but that does not reflect, we touched on this, how well the fourth line has played since he's joined Kruger and Desjardins. I mean, there have been more games they've been very effective than there haven't been.
Yeah, the last couple of games, I mean, the game in Winnipeg, and then, of course, the game here against L.A. Just some confidence and making plays and getting rewarded. I mean, Coach Q comes right back with this line here, and matchups certainly play a lot in it. I mean, they're out there against the Sedin twins right now, but they've done a really good job as a fourth line.
Burroughs tried to feed Daniel, whose stuff attempt was denied. Teravainen the other way. Desjardins. Had it taken away by Bieksa. Once they're able to get it out. Andrew Desjardins in 8 games as the Blackhawks has had 24 hits credited. Here comes Taves in with a shot. That's blocked. To Hossa. Arian Hossa dropped it. Versteeg, a long clip shot. Gloved by Lack just as some traffic started to arrive. But Lack held his ground.
Well, on April 7th, when the Hawks take on the Wild, the first 10,000 fans that enter the United Center will receive a Blackhawks oven mitt presented by DiGiorno's Pizza. Visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com for ticket information. Thanks to everybody. When everybody's waving on that 7th, Pat, they'll all have those oven mitts on. Hopefully you don't need it anymore this weather we're having. Beautiful couple days, and then we'll get a little chill tomorrow. So
all right, now here's Richards, a quick shot. Good save by Lack. Rebound, Timonen chipped it into the corner, but Canucks are there, and Weber goes up the boards, and out they come. Horvat will clear it into Chicago ice. Kennons whipped on a pass attempt. And now Chris Tanev taking over for the visitors as they peel off the chain. And they've chipped it ahead, bouncing puck. Higgins would not get it settled down for about a center, picked off by Shaw. And Tanev kept it in. Roosevelt will try the other side, and Edler is there. Dug loose Higgins. This Higgins spins it back to Tanev. Now Roosevelt gets it back. Long feed finding Shaw. Andrew Shaw gets in. His pass did not connect with Bickle. It's cleared to center ice. Verbata, who a couple of years ago had 35 goals while in the desert. The then Phoenix Coyotes. He's got 31 now, as Eddie told you a little bit ago, and leads the Canucks. In fact, he's 10th in the league with his 31 snipes.
Nobody even close on his team. Nobody's even got 20 yet.
Yeah. A loose puck, Bieksa. Was knocked down, not with a high stick, they say. They put it to the corner. Dorset check. Matthias check as well. Hjalmarsson lost it to Bay. Now able to hack it loose, and Hjalmarsson able to hoist it to center. Penalty coming up as Spisa went down. Vermette's going to get a whistle. And the Canucks, I don't think Lack has seen that. Now as they start away, he goes to the bench. 6 attackers, Vancouver. And the Hawks get the puck, so the whistle goes, and Vancouver is going to get the game's first power play. They are down a goal with just under 8 minutes remaining in the first.
Well, there's the stick of Antoine Vermette, but watch what ends up happening. It ends up coming up and clipping Lukas Spisa right there. And thought initially, Pat, that it was only going to be a 2 minutes. And Spisa went right up to the official and kind of made a reaching motion for his facial area. And then referee Tim Peel just put 4 fingers up. So it's a 4-minute penalty. Right call. And an opportunity here for the visitors with a 4-minute power play.
Their power play has been going good. Here's Verbata off the draw. Edler looks to Verbata. He sends it down low. Daniel Sedin got Henrik out in front. Edler tried a long shot. No screen at all. Easy save. Crawford.
Well, there's a pretty good chance with the Sedin twins and Verbata on the ice up front, Pat, is that there's not going to be anybody standing in front of the net. Now, that's the way that they play, and if that's the power play you set up, certainly as the Blackhawks, I mean, you can scheme around that and understand that. I mean, they're going to make their plays and support each other extremely well, but something to keep an eye on when you get your big 3 up front out on the ice together. Pretty good chance that nobody's going to be standing in front of the net.
You see Dave Ross's stats there that the Canucks not great on the power play, but of late, 7 out of 17 they've cashed. That's over 7 games. They get back in here. Weber. Yannick Weber going up the boards. Henrik Sedin. Daniel goes side of the net. He's going to get it. Now Daniel. Dropped it back. Got it back. Daniel to Henrik. Back to Weber with a long shot. Good save by Crawford. Rebound for Verbata, rather. His shot deflecting wide. And a whistle goes. I believe it was knocked down by the high stick.
Looked like the Canucks wanted an attack down low. Well, I'm not sure if that went off a Duncan Keith stick, Pat, or Verbata's stick here. Rebound, up. Yeah, it looked like maybe on the inside there it was Verbata's stick. Tim Peel had a much better vantage point than we do. So the face-off will come all the way down into the Canucks zone. Looked like the Canucks wanted to attack down low near the crease or near Corey Crawford. The Hawks would not allow it, and then the good hard shot from the point, and play was stopped.
Canucks get their second power play grouping out there. Bonino gets the line. Rings it around. Burrows touched it back. Here's Tanev across Hamhuis. Tanev. Bonino kicks to the stick. Goes down low. Burrows a stop attempt. Downstairs. Crawford. Rebound. And now a penalty coming up here against the Canucks. So their power play will be negated. And Burrows is going to have a seat.
Well, after a good chance for Burrows along the goal line. And Tim Peel gives it the 2-minute hooking call. Burrows takes the shot. The play will continue, and then right after this, he ends up taking a quick little hook or a trip there on Johnny Oduya. There's the penalty. So 4-on-4 hockey here for the time being.
So Toews and Sharp Open up for Quenneville against Horvat and Hansen for Desjardins. As the Canucks start away. Bo Horvat going to get as far as center. Toews outs it for Keith. First of all, pressured on the wall. Toews is pass deflecting. Spisa rolled it ahead. Here's Hansen getting the line. A long wrist shot soaked up by Crawford. We have 5.5 remaining in the opening period. Teuvo Teravainen's goal, the only one so far tonight.
2015 Chicago Blackhawks custom Camaro convertible could be yours. It's one of a kind. Just like my partner. You can't win if you don't enter. So register today at ChevyDriveChicago.com. Take your best shot and drive what Toews and Kane drive. And speaking of Patrick Kane, great to see him on the ice. Also great to see him in the management box of the Blackhawks, standing in the back center right there, talking to Dr. Jim Geary. You see Normie McIver, Stan Bowman, of course John McDonough, Brian Higgins, Jay Blunk. We actually saw Mark Bernard there walking out, so a lot of heavy hitters in the box. Any soft serve down there? I'll be back.
That's still 4 skaters aside. Christopher Tanev. Minute remaining on this 4-against-4 scenario. Oduya. Going up the middle to Hossa. Marian Hossa, goal and 2 assists over his last 2 games. He's got some speed into the zone here with a wrist shot that's blocked. Right to Versteeg. He missed the net. Rebound to the Canucks. Hawks are changing, better hurry to get off the bench. They do. Here comes Menino. Dropped it to Daniel Sedin. He put it back. Here's Weber. Dominic Weber is trying to center, went right to Versteeg, and out they come. Toews in on Hamhuis, trying to dance him. He nearly did, but Hamhuis played the body. Now it came back to Hjalmarsson, a long shot. Lack, that just hit him. Good screen in front by Shaw. Didn't appear the way Lack reacted that he had much of a look at it.
Well, good outlet pass by Chris Versteeg. It was at the end of a long shift. Dan Hamhuis not worried about the puck. Playing the man, does a nice job there on that one-on-one, and then Toews gets his puck out to Hjalmarsson, and there's that screen you're talking about, Pat. Not only Shaw screening Eddie Lack, but also Hamhuis.
The draw to Hjalmarsson. He'll tee it up. And Lack got a piece. Rebound. Came right back to Hjalmarsson. He shoots one. Lack had a good look there and plays it to Sedin. He's checked. Shaw the takeaway. Andrew Shaw just outworking Henrik Sedin right there. Here's Hjalmarsson. And a long wrist shot. Tip off the goalpost. Nice redirect by Shaw. He beat Lack with a tip, but it drew iron. The Canucks get back in Burroughs. That's offside as the Vancouver minor has expired. Just a few seconds left on the Chicago penalty.
Boy, the quick hands of Teuvo Teravainen gets his puck to the net, Pat. And from our WeatherTech RoboCam, you see the redirect in front of the net. Andrew Shaw ends up on his backside, but just the quick hands of Teravainen, recognizing to get the puck to the net front presence. Good effort from Shaw and Teravainen in that 4-on-4 hockey.
Well, the Hawks able to win the draw and clear it as the Canucks start back. The Hawks double minor now over. Both teams full strength. Matthias had his shot tipped out of play. Sean Matthias had a really good year for the Vancouver Canucks. He came here as part of the Roberto Luongo trade and got 18 goals. He had never done better than 14 goals at several different NHL stops, but 18 goals, 27 points has proven to be a very good add to the Vancouver offense.
A little bit of size, play any forward position.
Canucks win a draw. Both teams full strength. Long wrist shot never got through Seabrook. And now a lead pass finding Richard. Brad Richards pass tip before reaching Vermette. Sharp. Put it in behind. Richards was checked. Cleared over the boards. Seabrook got there. Richards down low. It escaped him, and the Canucks. Tanev settles it down. Hennons goes deep. And then Sharp takes over. Richards dumped it. Hawks changing. Yannick Weber back for the Canucks. The Canucks have had a great road record. They've, in their last 6 starts, they've taken 11 points on the road. 5-0-1 they've gone their last 6 road performances. Here's the shot by Higgins. Blocked Roosevelt. Bonino picked it up. Then Weber goes the other way. Andrews had to ring it around. Keith picked it off. And it's cleared to center. Saad chased it down. Brandon Saad in on Hughes for the shot. And a save by Lack. He holed.
Hey, you're talking about Vancouver. I mean, they've gone into some tough places. I mean, they've gone into L.A. They've gone into St. Louis. They've gone into Nashville. We know how difficult those buildings can be, but a real confident team away from the garage in Vancouver. Willie Desjardins has done a heck of a job as the first-year head coach of the Canucks.
Taves wins the draw. Now Versteeg, who in his last 14 games has 2 assists, playing mostly the last several weeks with Hossa and Taves. The Canucks get in. Henrik Sedin going to shoot one. Good block, Chalmerson. Rebound to the boards, and Oduya jammed it loose.
2 minutes.
Now it's Hossa. He's hit hard by Edler, who pinched on him. Puck goes the other way to Daniel Sedin.
Edler's made a couple of those type of plays, Pat. If you're a Blackhawk winger, you might want to have your head on a swivel when you're coming back to get a puck. He's a big boy, and he's not afraid to try to put you into the 4th or 5th row.
Antoine Vermette had it knocked away. Dorset's shot, his block comes right back to Vermette. He cleared it to center. He just tipped it forward. Dorsett got it out. Here's Duncan Keith. Roosevelt turned it over. A chance for Dorsett with a shot. He scores! A terrible play by Michael Roosevelt, and Derek Dorsett rifles in a high wrister by the stick side of Crawford. Dorsett has tied the game with his 7th for the Canucks.
All right, well, here's Michael Roosevelt. Now, what are his options? Could go up the boards. He sees he has pressure coming from this side, so he tries to go through the middle of the ice. And the Canucks sniff it out, and Dorsett made a beautiful move. Instead of shooting the puck right away, he gets Crawford down off his ankle just a little bit. It goes top shelf over the blocker. But that's in one of those situations. You're Michael Roosevelt. You know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get it past that first layer of forechecker. But at the end of a period like that, it's got to go up the boards. Less is more in that situation.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Now Radim Vrbata dropped it to Yannick Weber. Canucks get it in. Pass in front, didn't connect with Higgins. Picked off by Desjardins, who fired it off the glass to center. Now Oduya with half a minute to go in the first. Taves comes away. Fights his way up the board. Taves looking to center, just out of the reach of Hossa. Picked up Chalmerson. A long wrist shot, knuckled wide. To Keith. He tries. Goal post. Second post of the period for the Hawks. Keith had that one rattle out. Then a steal by Chalmerson, whose attempt is blocked by Tanev. 8 seconds left. Taves works the wall, but his pass went out of the zone. That's going to finish the first period. A 13-shot period for the Blackhawks. The Canucks had 11. The Hawks also had 2 goal posts that, of course, don't count as shots on net.
Man, I want to go back to the goal. I think we get a better appreciation. Here's Michael Roosevelt. Now, he's looking at this area of the ice. I don't believe is that he sees what's happening here, Pat. And you have the Blackhawks regrouping. He's trying to move this puck here. So I think he actually gets blinded out almost to seeing what's going on. He puts his head down, and then he tries to go rink wide. So I actually think that Dorsett was in behind Patrick Sharp, and I don't think that Roosevelt saw him. But again, an older guy, veteran guy, you know that that puck's got to be up the boards, safe late in the period. The Canucks take advantage of a mistake.
Well, the Blackhawks opened the scoring with a fourth line tally. One that's been really good for the last several games. Kruger, Teravainen, Desjardins. And Teravainen got the goal. And Dorsett answered for the Canucks late in the frame.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois is teamed up with the Blackhawks and moved 2 lucky fans closer to the action as part of tonight's Blue Seat Upgrade Experience. Don't forget to bring your Blue Cross and Blue Shield card for your chance to win. Blue Cross through it all. And congratulations to tonight's winners. Welcome back to the United Center. Ones are wild as we get ready for the second period. Well, earlier this evening, Luciano Sotelo, the CMO of BMO Harris Bank, presented the award for the BMO Harris Youth Hockey Player, Coach, and Volunteer of the Month. Brendan Myers of the Chicago Hornets Youth Sled Hockey is the Player of the Month. Brendan is a senior at Lake Park High School and has been playing since 2004 and was named the Hornets captain in 2013. A founding member of the Stand for the Silent Anti-Bullying Club. Michael Savak is the coach of the Chicago Blackhawks Special Hockey Team. He's been with the kids in development and disability since 2007. Michael has been coaching hockey for 25 years. And Susan Foster volunteers her time for Plainfield High School. Susan serves as the president of the Plainfield High School Hockey Association and secretary of the Illinois West High School Hockey League. Congratulations to everybody. And thank you to BMO Harris Bank. The kid's got a credit card or something there. He's looking for some soft serve ice cream. he's waving that card around saying something's gotta give. Look at him. Oh yeah. I was thinking about, I'm gonna get that swirl at the end of the second period. I just had the chocolate after the first. I'm gonna get the swirl. It'll be up. Good thing it's spring break for a lot of these young hockey fans.
All right, ready to go with period 2, which is underway.
And the second period is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.
Henrik Sedin a chip in. Danny Oduya retrieving. And Hjalmarsson will come away. Hossa had to jump loose. Edler pressured by Hossa. Tanev there to help out. And Henrik Sedin pass picked off for Steed. Tanev got it back. Edler's long feed, just missing Daniel Sedin. Desjardins couldn't get it out. Here's a long flip shot. Good save by Crawford with the right pad, and the Hawks send it back the other way. Eddie Lack put it up the boards. Nick Bonino rolled it loose, and Weber dumped it in. Hit hard by Desjardins, almost put him into his own bench with a contact. And Desjardins able to hack it loose. Kruger chased it down. Marcus Kruger with a 3-on-2. Keith is up on the plate too. Then Teravainen. Good save by Lack. As the Hawks with a quick counterattack. Had a 3-on-2 break.
Well, Kruger to Keith to Teravainen. Didn't get a lot on that shot. Eddie Lack did a nice job of being compact and getting all the way over. And talked about the good hit there from Andrew Desjardins on Yannick Weber.
Now Patrick Sharp tried to center it, didn't connect. Timonen has to get back. Dorsett going to take a run at Timonen. Puck cleared up the boards, and now back go the Canucks. As Lyndon Vay 0-2 Dorsett, who cleared to center. They get it in. A long shot going wide. Bieksa. Vey from the corner slipped it in front. It deflects out of the zone. So the Canucks slowly up the ice. Visa's pass didn't connect. Bouncing her every which way. Wack winds up in the corner with Bouchard. Now held in by Hansen. Now Horvat out of the corner. Dropped it back. Here's a long shot. Tanev. Good save by Crawford in traffic. Hansen right near the blue paint to try to provide a screen.
Crawford's made a couple of good sneaky saves here, Pat, early in the second period. Nice play there from Bo Horvat. Weber takes a shot. Look at Jannik Hansen. I mean, standing right in front of Corey Crawford. Just on that look there, he was just off his right shoulder. Probably could have done a better job there, Pat. I mean, the video never lies. I mean, you want to try to mirror that goaltender if you're Hansen there, because you saw Crawford was able to see that. Looked like he was right in front of him on one look and from our vantage point, but clearly with the overhead there was enough room there for Crawford to make the stop.
Now Keith going to Kruger, then Teravainen. Teravainen's pass deflecting to Hamhuis. And the Canucks start back. Kennan for Horvat. To center one. That picked off by Roosevelt and able to clear it. Keith's pass attempt is picked off. Here's Daniel Sedin centering. Burrow. Save! Crawford. It's loose. Dug out of there by Versteeg. And Chris Versteeg got it to Teravainen with a dump, and he needs to change. But Crawford, boy, that's the third time. And he pointed out, I mean, we haven't played 4 minutes yet in this period. That's the third real good save Crawford's made to keep it tied. Now here's a steal by the Hawks. Versteeg trying to get to the front of the net. Not this time.
That's the water bottle of Eddie Lack out on the ice with the holder as well. It's like a yard sale.
It is a yard sale.
You got a broken stick here. You got the water bottles over here. I think I'm at Jerry's Pro Shop in West Meadows. We'll see my buddy Jeff over there. Get you a stick and a water bottle all for the same, all in the same shopping spree.
The Blue Plate special today is anything.
Now they get to clean up the crease area by Corey Crawford with the broken stick of Jonathan Toews, but sort of Sabines really make their hay. A lot of the stuff that is created comes from below the goal line, and there you see the stick and the holder just knock off the water bottle and clean up that yard sale, and got to make sure that that holder's in place because they don't want that net. Is they don't want the water bottle to be on the top of the netting there. Exactly, because then when you have the overhead look, you're not able to see it. So, I mean, if you get in a situation, you see where this water bottle is here. I mean, if you get in a situation here, Pat, where you got to look to see if a puck is over the line or not, that's why they put those holders in there to make sure that you can have the view of it from the overhead camera.
So obviously with the holder having been broken that last scenario, I'm sure they're trying to get it fixed before the third period. But for this period, hopefully there won't be a scenario where that water bottle comes into play and could screen the view from overhead if a puck is in or out. Here comes Hossa into the zone. Offside is whistled. Well, Johnny Oduya, we mentioned, certainly his most active game of the season. The last time out against the LA Kings, I thought it was his best game. I think, Eddie, you agree with that. But, I mean, he's come in here plus 11 in his last 9 games. And really, since he's been reunited with Chalmerson after a long separation, wow, that duo has been outstanding.
Yeah, just in watching Johnny Oduya, and I mean, we showed a little bit of it in the open, Pat, that I mean, he just seems to have a jump in his step, and he's being aggressive and trying to bring a little bit of that offense as well, and just a lot of confidence going right now for Johnny Oduya in all 3 zones. I think this is the first shift of the period for Brandon Saad.
Now Seabrook up the boards, and there's Saad. Got some skating room into the zone. Saad for Richards. His wrist shot stopped by Lack. Rebound, and another save on Sharp. In behind, Richards spins it back, and the Hawks were changing. Only puck not held in that time by Keith. Canucks send it in. That's going to be an offside play, so we can look back at some good work. Boy, Crawford's made a few good saves, and so is Eddie Lack at the other end, particularly against this last shift.
Yeah, Pat, we're going to go back and just finish that story. Look at the water bottle's gone. They took the water bottle off, so to what we were talking about, to make sure that the National Hockey League is able to see every possible view. You can't have anything hiding out a possibility of a puck being in the net, and I'm sure Lack will get that opportunity to get hydrated there, but in the TV timeout, but something to keep an eye on here moving forward.
A steal here with a quick shot by Kruger off a Vancouver TO. But Hansen then able to get it out. Kennon's into the zone. Stripped of it. Oh, and a big hit by Horvat. He hit Kruger hard, and Marcus Kruger felt that one. He's a little slow to react to the penalty. Going to be penalty on Horvat, I believe, for the contact. And Kruger trying to shake off the cobwebs. He got lit up there from behind.
That's going to be a boarding call on Bo Horvat. Now, in this situation, Pat, I mean, Marcus Kruger turns into the boards there. And, I mean, this is one of those situations where Kruger sees Horvat coming. And when you turn like that, you're going to put yourself in a bad spot. There's something to teach all those young hockey players out there is that if you see a guy coming, you don't ever want to turn your face towards the boards. You don't want to have a guy drill you from behind like that. Hawks on the power play.
Well, the Hawks power play unable to get anything set up just yet. Hawks power play, 7 out of the last 28 coming into the game. Here's Taves. Shaw with a bouncing puck knocked away from him. Now it's Keith waiting for changes to be made.
That was only Brandon Saad's second shift of the period. We've only seen Vermette one shift, Pat, and I think Brian Bickles had like an 8-second shift in this second period.
Richards in for Sharp, whose shot was smothered by Spisa. Boost puck kicked ahead. Here's a shot and a save by Lack on Teravainen. Rebounded Daniel Sedin.
Spisa's stick exploded there. He went to move that puck, and the blade just flew right off. And quick break there, literally for the Canucks, that they're able to clear the puck out.
Teravainen in some traffic. Oh, it's picked up by Bieksa around to Burrows, who has time to take a look. Alex Burrows in for Nick Bonino. A wrist shot off the tip of the glove of Crawford. Now it's the Hawks. Richards with time running down to the Canuck penalty. Here comes Versteeg in there. Versteeg threw it to an area. Richards retrieves, put it back to Hjalmarsson. He had a man coming out of the box, able to get away from Horvat. Now Bickle in for a shot. Too many men. Hawks in the middle of a change, and that didn't work out so well for them. They're going to be short-handed when we come back. 7.5 gone by in the second. It's a 1-1 duel. A Vancouver power play in a moment.
It's your chance to catch all the exciting Blackhawks action from in between the player benches. Bid on the CME Group seats through the online CME Group Seats auction. For more info, visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com. Well, as my great partner called, one too many on the ice, and the Vancouver Canucks get an opportunity with the man advantage. Andrew Shaw will be the one serving the penalty.
Well, good to see Marcus Kruger on the ice after getting a big hit from behind, not missing his shift, and Opens up the PK here against Henrik with the draw. Hawks get it. Hjalmarsson cleared it. Henrik Sedin went down, but got it to Vrbata, who whacked a bouncing puck towards Crawford. He's safely down to cover it up.
Boy, Marcus Kruger got tangled up with one of the Sedins in the middle of the ice, and he threw his hands up right away, just making sure the official knew that it was unintentional. Well, there's Henrik. There you see the stick. It easily been a penalty. I mean, without question, the Hawks get lucky there. Still 5-on-4 advantage for the Canucks.
Weber goes up the boards. Henrik Sedin settles it down. Where's Daniel? There he is. Daniel's got it back to Weber. Then Edler pressured by Hossa with a takeaway. Edler coming out for the Canucks. A dump in Vrbata. Seabrook cleared it up the boards. Saad unable to field it. Weber now gets things organized. Henrik Sedin looking for Daniel. Backdoor is Edler. Here's a long shot. Weber. Good save by Crawford as he was being bowled over. Henrik took his time after he made contact to get up off the ice. Bouncing puck here to Saad. He's able to get out. Saad racing in against Weber. Saad driving shorthanded. Shoots from a tough angle. Lack hugging the post. Back comes Daniel Sedin. Daniel to Bonino. He's going to drop it back. Handhus. And Handhus looking for a lane. Goes across to Tanev. Then Handhus. They get Burrows near the front of the net. Here's Handhus to Tanev. Canucks on the perimeter here. Now they go down low. Burrows back door. Oh, what a shot! I think Crawford might have got a piece of the bid from Tanev, who was a recipient of a neat backdoor pass. And Crawford post to post. The Hawks penalty over. Both teams full strength with an offside call.
Well, you mentioned, Pat, the collision. Oh, there's that opportunity for Tanev, and the incidental contact with Sedin and Seabrook falling on Corey Crawford, and Crawford, he'll have none of that. Seabrook did a good job of getting that stick back for his goaltender.
Seabrook safely clearing. And that's going to be an offside play. St. Louis leading Calgary 2-1 in the third. The Blues ended the game 1 point ahead of the Hawks in the Central Division. We'll keep an eye on that one as it progresses.
I saw the Rangers had a 2-1 lead against the Minnesota Wild a little bit earlier.
Kevin Bieksa gains the line, dropped it back, center pass Dorsett picked off. Spisa kept it in. Now Seabrook. Timonen threw it to the neutral area. Canucks Jannik Hansen kicked it to Kennens with a wrist shot that was well wide. Hansen getting it back. Stripped away, though, by Sharp on the counterattack. Patrick Sharp to Brad Richards, along wrist shot, blockered away by Lack. Rebound to the Canucks. And have dropped it. And it's cleared to center ice. Henrik Sedin looks across to Daniel, or I should say Edler, who rings it around. There's Burrows dropping it to Daniel Sedin. Henrik in deep. His bank pass picked off by Richards. Keith had it knocked away. Henrik down low, grabbed by Roosevelt. Daniel is checked on the boards. Keith's pass up the middle, Sharp knocked down, and it winds up at center. Penalty Canucks. And the Blackhawks are going to head to the power play. But before that, we want to take a moment to pass along our deepest condolences to veteran Chicago sports writer Elliot Harris on the passing of his beloved daughter, Rachel. Rachel sadly passed away yesterday after a courageous battle with Crohn's disease. So on behalf of everyone at CSN and the Blackhawks, we send our love and our sympathies to the Elliot Harris family.
Well, there's Patrick Sharp coming on his backside is Alexander Edler. He anticipated that the Hawks were going to try to exit the zone through the middle of the ice. He just was a step slow. As if he could get inside position on Sharp. There's nobody in front of him on his way to Corey Crawford, but the penalty called, and the Hawks get a power play chance.
Here comes Keith. Going to drop it to Hossa, who steps into the zone. Taves is checked in behind. And let's get the puck, but Bonino couldn't get it away from Shaw. 4 forwards out there for Coach Q on this start of the power play. Shaw in deep now. Hossa dumped away from him to the corner. Shaw rings it around. Sods on the other side. Andrew Shaw threw it back to Duncan Keith. He's going to look to Hossa. There's the pass. Shaw front of the net. Backdoor is Sod. Hossa hanging on. Arian Hossa down low. Taves trying to go back. Well, the pass smothered by Tanev, who went down to a knee. Now it's taken by Hossa. In front. Now taken by Taves. Here's Sod to Keith. He walks in. Taves a one-timer whiffed. And the rebound in behind to Shaw. Back in front side to Keith. Half a minute for the power play. Brandon Saad moves in. Cedric just jumped over the blade of Taves. It might have a 2-on-1 the other way. Bonino is going to move in. Nick Bonino, everybody's changing for the Canucks. So an odd man rush turned into nothing that time with an exhausted bunch of Canucks out there. Taves to the other end. Ran out of time at the line. Taken away by Hansen. And Hansen's long shot blocked away by Crawford. And now the Hawks power play over, and both teams are at full strength. Mathias into the zone. Then to Hansen with a long wrist shot. A good easy glove save as it turned out. Crawford had a good look at that one.
Well, time now for our AT&T U-verse upcoming schedule. And after the game tonight, the Hawks will jump on their charter and head to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Sabres. And the Hawks will see the St. Louis Blues 2 out of the next 3 games, and then sandwiched in there the Minnesota Wild, and end up in Denver against the Avalanche on the 11th of April.
Loose puck here. Oh, a pass just failed to connect from Henrik, and back comes Teravainen. Teravainen looks to the middle. Jalmerson up on the rush. Kruger carried on. But it's finally captured by Edler for Vancouver. Thanks to the head. Jalmerson rolled it the other way. Now Desjardins. Able to scoop it in. Oh, Eddie Lack never saw that. That puck, if it's on, it's in. Lack didn't know where it had gone. Wow. It still is tied here as Sharp looks to Richards. Pass out of his wheelhouse. Seabrook's shot is blocked. Now Vermette working the corner. Came up with it. Antoine Vermette. Looking for a little help. Dropped it to Richards. He goes across. Timonen down low, slipped it in front. Lack blocked the pass. Sharp hacking at it, didn't connect. And Richards gets it back in front. Sharp, the shot. Puck was rolling. He put it up high. And Horvat rolled it to the boards. Hawks keep it in. Sharp had to jump away. Then a long shot for Metz. Soaked up by Lack. Big shift here for the Richards line, but unable to put their team in front. Still even at 1.
Drive to the net this day in Blackhawks history. Back in 1989, the great Troy Murray scores a goal 48 seconds into overtime. They give the Blackhawks a 4-3 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs and a playoff spot on the final night of the season. There's Slade. Attaboy, Slade. They went on to face the Detroit Red Wings in the division in the semis, eventually beating the Red Wings 4-2 in that series. And I said this a lot, partner, and I think that's one of the best two-way center icemen the Blackhawks have ever had. And Troy could do it all. Could score. Well, he could have been a better passer and set up his wingers a little bit more. It was a Selke winner, given to the best defensive forward in the National Hockey League, and just a terrific guy to play any style you wanted. And it's one of the proudest Blackhawks of all time, that's for sure.
Well, certainly a Blackhawk at heart, but one thing I'll add to your very accurate comments, Eddie. A terrific character guy and a leader. I mean, he wore a letter in a couple different places. You know, a couple of other places he was when a young prospect would show up with who had a great amount of promise. They'd always room him with Troy Murray on the road. You know, guys like Peter Forsberg and some other great stars that had the chance to room with Troy Murray, which means they had a lot of late-night pizza. Urbana to Higgins with a wrist shot off the side of it. Then a wraparound. And Crawford got to the far post. Now Saad able to clear it to center ice. .333 to go in the second. In a 1-1 game. Here comes Higgins looking to center. Crawford kicked it away. Urbana couldn't redirect. Shaw to the other end. Andrew Shaw's last 5 games, 4 goals and an assist. Here's Bickle. Back to Roosevelt. Ryan Bickle shoots one and a save by Lack. I'm not sure he had a good look at that either. There's been a couple of times in this period where Eddie Lack has almost looked surprised when the puck got near him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just not picking it up or not. And the referee, Tim Peel, was going to call for a new piece of lumber as referee, or excuse me, linesman Derek Amell is coming back. Well, on April the 5th, speaking of .333 and a turd, well, it's only the second, but it will be the turd soon. The Hawks will take on the St. Louis Blues. The first 10,000 fans that enter the United Center receive a Dennis Savard bobblehead presented by Haribo. Visit ChicagoBlackhawks.com for ticket information.
Hawks win a draw. Bieksa to Lyndon Bay. Who's checked. Bieksa and Richards both hit the deck. Richards came up with a puck, though. His pass went off a skate. They work along the boards. Hawks come up with a puck. Vermette is Sharp looking for Richards. That didn't connect. Derek Dorsett, who's got the Vancouver goal, brings it around. Mathias couldn't get it out. Here's the pass intended for Sharp. Finally, the Canucks just have to get rid of it somehow. And a circuitous route taken by, do you see Duncan Keith? I don't know if you want to illustrate that, Eddie, but that was hardly a straight line going back for that puck. And he got an icing call out of it.
Well, that's a cagey veteran there, and understanding where you are on the ice, where you are in this situation. There's Duncan Keith. The Canucks are in a mad scramble. They just airmail it out, and Duncan Keith just circles out wide a little bit, buys some time, and you know, the linesman's looking at the official, looking at the skater going back, but he's also looking to see where that puck is going in over the goal line.
Bad angle shot stopped by the Canucks, and back they come. Dorsett taken away by Keith. Rosabal coming out into the corner, hoping for Desjardins. Tanev got there first. Christopher Tanev lost it at the Hawks line. Now taken by Marian Hossa. Hossa works into the offensive end, lost the handle, however. And Edler has time to take a look. Going to turn it over. Versteeg for Saad. Back to Versteeg. He made another pass. Saad works to the middle. Versteeg had it knocked away. Hansen coming out. Here's Oduya trying to catch the speeding Hansen. What a great job by Johnny Oduya. Hansen can really go, and Oduya able to catch it, preventing what could have been an odd man break. Back come the Hawks. Saad to the middle, shooting. Save Lack. Rebound to the Canucks. And Henrik Sedin backhands to center. Burrows a chip and chase. Henrik Sedin put it in behind. And Bickle cleared to center. Saad a steal. Hamhuis around him, right in, shooting. Lack. As Saad got in too tight. And Lack able to smother. Here's Hjalmarsson to the backhand. Hjalmarsson didn't want to shoot a backhand, just put it back to Lack, who was on the deck and able to smother.
Was without a stick again, Pat. It was in behind. Brandon Saad caught Dan Hamhuis in a real tough spot, and Brandon Saad just gets in a little bit too snug. Takes it away. Great speed. Puck would never settle down, Pat. That's a helpless feeling if you're a guy in on a breakaway. Finally did get it settled down, but in way too tight. Then the opportunity for Hjalmarsson. Fake shot. And go back. Probably the prior shift, Pat. Chris Versteeg got the puck in a high slot. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. Fancy is not going to work. Shoot the puck. Generate an opportunity when the lane is there. When the pass is there, you make it. Got to shoot the puck more.
This one's out of play with 15 seconds remaining in the period.
And especially at the end of a period, Pat, you know, the ice gets bad. And how often do we talk about it? I mean, how often do you get the puck between you and the net when there's nobody in front of you and you're about 35 feet out? I mean, it doesn't happen a lot. So when it's put on a platter for you, you better be with both hands there and doing whatever you can to get the puck to the net.
He's centering pass tipped wide by Vermette. Came back in front. Bonino there, and is clear to the boards. That's going to finish the second period. Blackhawks in the period had 11 shots on goal. Vancouver had 10. The two-period totals 24 Chicago, 21 Vancouver. And only first-period goals from Teravainen and Dorsett have the game all even at the end of 40 minutes of play, as both Corey Crawford and Eddie Lack have been real solid in the first 40 tonight.
Blackhawks hockey on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. AT&T U-verse high-speed internet. The U-verse revolves around you. And by First Midwest Bank, the bank with momentum. Learn more at firstmidwest.com today.
Welcome back to the greatest downtown in the world. The Blackhawks and the Vancouver Canucks getting ready to head into the third period in a tie game. Assistant coach Mike Kitchen is nice enough to put a headset on with us, and he's brought to us tonight by Acura. Sorry. Hey, Kitch, I want to ask you about the so-called fourth line. And since Andrew Desjardins has come to this team, it really seems to have had a nice fit with Kruger and Teravainen. It's the time of year. You've got to get contributions from everybody. I mean, they got a goal tonight. Could you talk a little bit about how big they have been the last couple of weeks here together?
Well, he's been a real good addition when we got him at the trading deadline. He's a big body that gets into the puck area, and he gets separation. And you know, what he's doing, he's controlling the puck area. He's got his stick going in first, and he still gets hit at the same time. So that frees up a lot of space for Kruger and Teravainen, and you know, that resulted in a goal tonight because you get Tebow there, he can make some plays, and Krugs is kind of the engine on that line and just keeps pushing it, you know, forward.
Hey, Kitch, where do you think Tebow has grown the most here over the course of, you know, him being up and down all season long from your vantage point?
Well, I think he's always been very aware defensively. He's done a terrific job that way, and he's very sound, and that's the way they are in Finland. That's the way they're taught there. I think the one part is he knows that he belongs at this level, and I think he's getting to feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more confident.
Kids, can you talk to us quickly about what you, the coaching staff, talked about getting ready for the third period here?
Well, it's a very tight checking game out there. There's not a lot of room anywhere. We just got to get some pucks to the net. That's much like Vancouver's doing also. They're just getting those bad angle shots to the net, looking for those second chances. So we got to get a dirty goal here, and by just getting traffic to the net.
All right, appreciate a couple minutes. Good luck here in the third.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kitch. And this third period is brought to you by Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers.
A bouncer steered by Crawford to the corner. Edler's pass hit the skate of Henrik Sedin, then Daniel shot it off the side of the net, and it bounced loose. Here comes Versteeg going rink wide. Hosa's got it, Taves to the net, but the pass never got there, and Henrik the other way. He got spun around by Versteeg. Well, the Canucks had to wait for the change to be completed, so they didn't want to play that puck in fear of having a too many men penalty called. And now they misfiring a pass, icing Vancouver.
Well, time now for our GMC professional grade saves, and you go back to that second period. Couple of good looks. Alex Burrows with a great chance there in front of the net. Shot from Yannick Weber on a power play. Sedin right in the grill of Corey Crawford. Tanev with the chance back door. Well, you heard Coach Mike Kitchen talked about greasy goals, pucks to the net, people to the net. Seems like it's that type of game, partner. And anytime that lane is there, we talked about Versteeg not shoot the puck in the second period, but lane's there, you got to get it there, whether there's anybody around the front of the net or not.
And the way he was talking, doesn't make any difference what kind of angle it. Like Chris Versteeg was right in the middle of the ice there, which was a great scenario, but we saw Daniel Sedin a moment ago shoot it from the corner. So I think the way the coaches are looking at this, no shot's a bad shot, no matter where it's from. Well, it's changing them up in the forwards here as Rosabal goes to Keith. Well, Keith's long pass missing Saad, icing home team.
Well, enter to win a signed Blackhawks replica jersey and 4 100 level tickets to the April 7th game against the Minnesota Wild, courtesy of MB Financial Bank. Visit the Blackhawks on Facebook to enter today. That's a heck of a deal there. You get a jersey and you get 4 100 level tickets against the hottest team in the league, the Minnesota Wild, who were trailing at last look to the New York Rangers.
A glove save here on Vey by Crawford. Thought it was going to go wide, but he gloves and holds. Corey Crawford, in his last 3 starts, has given up 11 goals, but a much more solid first 42 minutes here tonight. As the Canucks said, I think you'd agree, have had more pretty good looks than only 1 goal would indicate.
Yeah, we just saw a couple of those. I mean, the Weber chance, the Tanev chance, and the Burrows chance, all in that second period.
Kruger, who was on for the draw, able to clear this ahead. Spisa, pressured by Saad. Spisa able to hold the puck, and he then turned it over. Saad for Bickell. Oh, and he unable to receive the feed. And now Bickell had his pass picked off. Sean Matthias going wide, pulls up, centered it. Oh, it just missed Bieksa, who was driving in on the run. A whistle On the play, might be too many men here. The Canucks in the midst of some changing, and they're going to get tagged. So each team now guilty of too many men on the ice. This will give the Hawks a power play.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. You know, Matt, you talk about Corey Crawford and the numbers the last couple of games. I had a chance to visit with him after the game in Winnipeg, and he really felt that his team really battled in that game. The defensive work he thought was outstanding in that game in Winnipeg. Came from behind in the third period, the Sharp goal, and then the Taves goal to eventually win it. But he really thought there was a difference in the team game in that game against Winnipeg, and certainly they followed up the next night, this last Monday against the LA Kings.
Well, those two wins huge, and George Quenneville was not shy about that Winnipeg victory, saying that was the biggest win of the year. And rightfully so. The Hawks have been struggling. Here comes Hossa. His shot hit Shaw, and then Lack able to smother the Shaw stuff attempt.
Not able to get the puck elevated on Eddie Lack. Hossa with a beautiful move through the middle of the ice. He goes right around Daniel, and then Shaw turns around here, Pat, and just not able to elevate it right there. He slaps at it. If he's able to open up that blade just enough, that'll get some elevation there. Follows up. That's a big-time stop there from Eddie Lack. You see the reaction from Andrew Shaw going to school up on the Jumbotron. That was a A+ chance.
So Seabrook fires a long pass. Versteeg dropped it to Teravainen, then got it back. Versteeg centered it. That deflected to Lack, who had actually played the puck, but the referee was on the other side of Eddie Lack, his body sort of shielding Tim Peel from vision of the puck, so he had to stop it.
Yeah, the referees are instructed to blow the whistle once they lose sight of it, and the faceoff will stay inside to the right of Eddie Lack.
Well, let's change up again. There's been two changes in the first 45 seconds of this power play. The first unit back on. Hossa, a rink wide is red and picked off by the Canucks, but Bonino couldn't get anywhere with it. A minute remaining on the Chicago power play. Hossa on the delayed entry will step in. Shaw. His rink wide picked up side, touched it forward. Taves. Side to keep the one-timer. Save Lack. Shaw was near the shooting lane, but not quite in it, it didn't appear, and Lack had a good look that time.
A good entry. Hawks get it set up. Taves to Saad to Keith. Lack's able to see it all the way. Andrew Shaw just a little bit slow of getting to the front of the net. Sure, maybe if he was anticipating, Pat, maybe that Keith was going to maybe shoot for Shaw off that weak side. Another big face-off.
Seabrook, now Sharp. Patrick Sharp moves over the wrist shot. Lack the pad save. Rebound. Jammed back to center. Now, one more rush on the Hawks power play. Versteeg comes out. He's able to gain the line. Now around to check, cutting right in. Versteeg, a tough shot. Lack the save, rebound. Hit a leg out in front. Now captured by Teravainen. Dropped it to Seabrook with a blast. Save, Lack with a blocker. Rebound Versteeg. Chris Versteeg now spins it back. Teravainen, the Vancouver penalty over both teams full strength. So the Hawks power play has been shut out 3 times. Oduya with a read and steal, then was run over with a puck at his feet by Bieksa. Oduya back into play. He's got the puck, put it out in front. Then the return pass didn't connect from Taves. 5 minutes gone by here in the third. Still a 1-1 duel. Hawks have taken just one of the first 4 points against Vancouver in the previous get-togethers. Here come the Canucks in, but a steal by Taves to side. Brandon Saad gets the line. A long wrist shot blockered away by Lack. Now Keith tries. Lack stopped that. And it's Edler scooping it ahead. A steal by Keith. Duncan Keith. Banked it up the board. Saad stripped of it. Now there they go. A lead pass. Hansen with good wheels. Rosenthal able to catch him. Hansen in a bouncing puck. That cost him a breakaway chance.
Good effort there from Rosenthal.
Now they work the corner. Canucks win the puck. It's loose in front to Hansen. Rolled it back. Hand used a shot. Blocked by Rosenthal, who cleared it to Sharp, getting it out.
Oh, stung Rosenthal. Good shift. Real good shift.
Pressure by Sharp. Took it away from Hamhuis. Richards unable to find it, and Hamhuis rolled it to center. Canucks get in. A centering pass deflected in front. Weber. What a save by Crawford. Yannick Weber had Crawford one-on-one, point blank, and the goalie won. Early in the third, we're still tied.
Well, Kris Versteeg with a good rush. Looks like he wants to pass the whole way here, Pat. He just says, you know what, I'm going to take this puck to the backhand and create and generate a chance from our Xfinity telestrator. The puck is here. The Blackhawks go for a change. And look at the Vancouver Canucks. They got strength in numbers here. And Corey Crawford makes an incredible stop. Gets a fortunate bounce. And Yannick Weber. I mean, that is clutch. I mean, just a tower in there, stifling in that blue paint by Corey Crawford.
Well, he's played 53 games this year, Crawford, in 33 out of 53. Given up 2 or fewer. Kruger rolled it ahead. Saad chasing, couldn't get there on Bieksa. Keith kept it in. Only it's cleared to center. Keith. Let his pass deflect. Nick Bonino tipped it back the other way. Here's Saad. Tied up in traffic at the line.
Could be a chance here, Pat, that somebody else gets another too many men on the ice. I look down sometimes. There's like 28 guys on the ice at the same time. It's just, I mean, the matchups going on right now, the importance of these points. Something to keep an eye on when somebody's got an odd man situation.
Here's Kruger getting the line. Pulls up. The late man is Seabrook. Pass was at his feet. Timonen centered. Here's a drive. Save. Lack. Rebound. It's loose. Happed away from Teravainen to Seabrook. Tavo got it back. Teravainen. His pass broken up. And the Canucks clear it back the other way. Teravainen able to get it outside the line. Seabrook following up to Taves. Now Versteeg working the boards, came up with it. Versteeg back to Oduya. His long shot. Tip, they score! Goal post and then in! That initial shot I thought went in and drew iron. Then hit Lack in the backside, I think. And the Hawks have taken the lead.
That puck changed direction about 15 feet off the stick of Johnny Oduya. Does Marian Hossa get a piece of this or not? Up high, off the crossbar, off of Eddie Lack, and into the back of the net. His Taves get a stick on it in the blue paint, but there's the redirect by Hossa. Might have been the captain's stick. But the Blackhawks with a 2-1 lead. And there's one of those greasy goals, partner, that Mike Kitchen was talking about. Just get it to the net. The lane's there. Let it go.
So the Hawks able to regain the lead. And now the Canucks look to answer. Bonino going wide. A weak shot dribbled wide of the net. Rabada hacked it loose in front. Didn't connect with Higgins. He got it back to Rabada centering. Crawford, what a save by Bonino! a huge chance for Nick Bonino. And Corey Crawford, his second spectacular stop in the last 2 minutes.
And sandwiched right in those two saves, partner. Was the second goal of the game for the Hawks.
Now a couple sticks explode. Here comes Sharp, has a 3-on-1. Sharp for Richards. Couldn't make the second pass. And Tanev. Out it to Dorsett. Lyndon Vey knocked away by Nick Chalmerson. Richards will put it back into Canuck territory. Bouncing puck. Black had to be careful with that one. Well, it's caught up in his equipment, but Hawks were changing, so the clock continues to run. Dorsett to the other end. Knocked away Versteeg to Toews. Hossa into the Vancouver zone. A lot of white sweaters there, and Daniel Sedin chipped it loose. Back they come. Henrik looking for Burrows. He's hit hard by Seabrook. Then Daniel Sedin will roll it back. Hamhuis across to Weber. Long wrist shot and a save. Crawford in traffic. Rebound taken by Hossa. Now a four-man battle in the corner. Seabrook chased it down. And we'll dump it. We're halfway through the third period now. 2-1 in favor of the Hawks. A steal by Kruger, catching him in a change. He's right to the goal. To the back end. Boom! Marcus Kruger, a steal and score. And the Hawks up 3-1.
First goal in 12 games for Marcus Kruger. Beautiful forehand, backhand. Great patience. Steal through the middle of the ice. You wonder where the Vancouver Canucks were. They were in the middle of a change. And Kruger makes a play. 2 of the 3 goals tonight so far to this point have been scored by the fourth line.
The lead goal has been given to Toews. It'll be Hossa and Oduya on the assist. So Jonathan Toews getting his 26th of the year. And now the Hawks with a goal 4 minutes after that. With a big lead, or well, I shouldn't say big, it's a 2-goal lead.
When you really think about it, Pat, the save by Crawford on Weber, the goal by Toews, the save by Crawford on Bonino, and then Kruger's goal. I mean, easily the score could be the other way around right now.
No question.
With those chances. I mean, those are A+ chances. I don't care who's evaluating the scoring chances. Bang Bang plays within about 5 feet of your goaltender.
Crawford a big reason the Hawks are up 2.
Go back to those 2 incredible saves by Corey Crawford. Yannick Weber with a chance, and then Vrbata to Bonino. Clutch goaltending by Corey Crawford.
All right, now it's cleared back into the Vancouver end. Vrbata, very quiet so far tonight, clears this back the other way. Shaw to Keith, who cleared to center. Nadim Vrbata able to work into the Hawk zone, put it across. Here's the wrist shot, save, Crawford with the glove. Able to snare and hold on Bonino.
Well, time now for the first Midwest Bank fan cam. Oh, look at that sign! We do! There's a kid with the credit card going for some more snacks. Hey, there's the Olczyk family. Randy Olczyk, Kim Olczyk, Ava, and Olivia Olczyk.
And they're waving at Uncle Eddie. All right.
Go to St. Anne's School out there in Barrington, so great to see the girls out at the game tonight.
Now Matthias in behind, checked by Tiemann, and then Dorsett threw it in front. Nobody home for the Canucks. Weber spins it around the boards. Antoine Vermette in the shield in the corner. Didn't get it. Pion-Bay. Then Weber put it in front. Hamhuis a shot. Good block for Crawford. And he bats it all the way out to center. Now Matthias back in. Threw it to the other side. And it's ruled, I guess, to be an offside play.
Well, Chicago baseball's back, and CSN is the best place to preview the 2015 season. Tomorrow night after the Hawks game, tune in for the White Sox 2015 season preview. Then on Saturday night at 9, watch The Future Is Now. Cubs baseball. 2 teams in 2 nights right here. Don't miss it.
Pinching Bieksa, able to keep it in. Hossa on the board, knocked away Spisa, came loose in front, centering pass, Henrik Sedin. Save Crawford! The pass, not a good one, was at the feet of Henrik, cost him a great bid. Now a loose puck deflected to Oduya coming away. Versteeg gets the line, but has no help, looking to buy a little time. He did. Versteeg holding on. Versteeg back to Roosevelt. A long wrist shot into the glove of Lack, who holds.
Pat, we talked about this guy in the open, and you talk about saving an opportunity. There's Alex Burrows, right? Here comes Johnny. Stop it right here. Look at Johnny Oduya. His stick is here, right? But he knows he's beat. He knows that Burrows is coming here, so what does he do? He's helicopters his stick, and watch this. Right there. Breaks up that perfect pass over to Henrik Sedin, and the missed opportunity there for the Vancouver Canucks. He might have been down, but he wasn't out. Huge play there from Johnny Oduya, making like a helicopter when he was on his belly there.
Out to Jardin. Checked at the line. Got it back, chipped it ahead, Shaw. Fired by Edler. Desjardins got to it, centered it, not connecting with Teravainen. Canucks the other way. Verbata going wide. Dropped it to Tanev. Looking towards Verbata. The puck was up off the ice, taken away by Shaw. Looked out in the Hawks bench as he flipped it out of play. 5.5 minutes remaining in regulation. Hawks 3, Canucks 1 in period 3. Here is our Hyundai what to look for. Here is the bottom of the playoff positioning, the wild card scenario in the Western Conference. Now Calgary's already lost tonight, so they are where they are with a point lead on Winnipeg. And now the LA Kings, playing at home, are already winning 3-0, and they're playing the Edmonton Oilers, who are basically playing for nothing. So barring a collapse, LA's going to catch Winnipeg in points. And look at the column on the right. They've got the tiebreaker against the Winnipeg Jets. So this tonight is the game in hand that LA owns, and they are very likely going to get 2 points. And what a dogfight it's going to be in the final week of the regular season to see who's in and who's out.
Yeah, they got Edmonton one more time, too, I believe, up in Edmonton.
They play a bunch of non-playoff teams down the stretch.
Colorado as well.
Yeah. Here's Bickle into the zone, looking for Kruger. He flipped it in front. Didn't quite work out with Saad. And now Weber for Vancouver. Upped it to Hamhuis, who moved it to center. Verbata. Now a loose puck, Higgins. Christopher Higgins spins it back. Bieksa in behind. Verbata missed it. Now he got it. Shot it from a tough angle. Crawford had to stick down on the ice. Here's along with Bieksa missing. And now Rosenthal working the boards. Bickle able to clear the zone. Bieksa with a chip and chase himself. Shot it from a tough angle. Crawford gave a rebound. Went right to Sharp getting it out of there. Vermette scurried in, but now Bay for the Canucks. Bieksa weaving ahead, cleared it ahead. Here's a long shot. Mathias stopped by Crawford. Rebound loose, bouncing. But Mathias whacked it just wide. Hawks seem to just stand around on the rebound that moment. But now they get out. Sharp crisscrossing to the line. Beat a check. Cutting and shooting. Oh, he just put it over the crossbar. Now Tanev. Pressured by Taves. He's going to steal. He's got Versteeg in front. But checked right away by Edler and couldn't make the play. Back come the Canucks. Henrik put it in deep. Tanev out to Daniel to Henrik. His shot went right to the blue paint. And Hossa comes the other way. Fired a long pass to Versteeg. He drives and shoots. Partial block by Edler. It'll be taken by Henrik Sedin, able to gain the line. Henrik hangs on, slip in front. Daniel whip. Now Burroughs an attempt and a save. Crawford is loose. They're hacking and whacking. Where's the puck? Into the corner. Now out to the line, Hamhuis. 3 minutes remaining. Hamhuis put it across the long shot. Crawford got a tiny piece. Rebound. He stopped the short side bid from Burroughs.
Keep an eye on the goaltender here.
Now they try to center that pass, deflecting. And Hamhuis had it knocked away by Versteeg. He gains the line with a wrist shot into the glove of Lack. He's going to play it and then look to the bench. Eddie Lack has to stay out there for the moment. Hansen's pass deflecting into Chicago ice. Back of the goal goes Kennon's digging it out. Stolen by Rosabal. Goalie still in for the Canucks. And Kruger got it out of there to Desjardins. In on Spisa. Centered one. Teravainen unable to field it. 2 minutes to go in regulation time. Hawks with a 2-goal lead. Here come the Canucks, and there goes Lack. 6 attackers, Vancouver. Higgins a shot blocked by Seabrook. To Bieksa shooting and a save. Crawford. Rebound Teravainen hacked at it. It's not going to get out. A steal. Seabrook looks across to Bickle. He's going to have an open net. Brian Bickle missed it. Now tried again. That one didn't get through. So the Canucks still have some hope. And Oduya steal, got it ahead. Shaw hit hard before he could pull the trigger. Now it's picked up by Henrik Sedin. He cleared it across. A read by Shaw. Side with the steal. He rolled it just wide of the open goal. 70 seconds remaining. And the Canucks now getting out. Henrik Sedin. Offside is the call. Burroughs in early.
No, Brian Bickle had a chance to ice this game, but getting a little bit of pressure and just hits the side of the net from the red line in. Maybe a little closer than that. I thought it was a little bit farther out, but just tries to place it instead of firing it. It's not hard to do.
Timeout, Desjardins and the Canucks with 63 seconds to go.
Well, time now for our Illinois Lottery Anything's Possible stat, and talk about active leaders. Plus minus, all these players were in action tonight except for Joe Thornton, and these are up to date. Marian Hossa +1, 227. The only way I had a chance of doing that is if I weighed in. That was about it to get that out. No chance. I always thought that stat was overrated.
Hey, did you ever have many empty net opportunities that were teed up for you, just missed?
Oh, yeah. It happens. I mean, you try. I think the best advice is that don't try to place it. Just fire it. You know, because you try to be a little too fine. The ice deteriorates a little bit at the end of a game. But you certainly want to take the puck as far as you can. That's the key. Skate it as far as you can before you decide to put it towards the net.
Hossa with a takeaway. And now a hand pass will bring on a whistle. I remember the year that Denny Savard scored 47 goals and missed 3 or 4 clear on empty netters at the end of games. And biggest reason they never had a 50-goal season. But didn't make much difference. He wound up in the Hall of Fame anyway. Burrows rolled it to Verbata, looking to center. Puck jammed loose to Hossa. 10 out. Decked by Oduya. They battle for it in deep. Now Hossa just fires it back. The other way going to be icing Chicago. They blow the whistle before Edler got to the face-off dot, but still 28 seconds remaining.
Communication going on in the crease there. Hossa, Crawford talked a little bit. Oduya, Jalmerson just trying to get some air. And the Hawks at one point here, Pat, face-offs. I mean, they were 2-1 in favor of the Blackhawks.
It's 40-21 now, Eddie, so you've kept track perfectly.
Let me put my little piggy back in my side.
Well, the Canucks from the boards, a pass deflecting to Hamhuis. It's whacked ahead, a bouncing puck. Crawford able to stay in the way. That was a tough chance, a redirect that appeared to bounce on target, and Crawford smothered.
A good job there by Kevin Bieksa to keep the play alive. Hamhuis gets the puck to the towards the boards. Bonino fires it in, and 2 Vancouver Canuck forwards with only 1 Blackhawk defenseman, Nicholas Jalmerson.
And Eddie, I don't remember this happening earlier this season, but we've had several times in the third period tonight. The great Blackhawks fans in attendance.
Yep.
The Corey chant has been heard tonight. Here's a face-off win to Hamhuis. Richards poked it loose. It didn't get out. Following up Keith, he batted it out to center ice. And that's going to do it. The Blackhawks win it. The Chicago Blackhawks pick up their 3rd straight win, and they've reached 100 points. Incredibly, for the 5th time in the last 7 seasons, Hawks are in the playoffs, which was going to happen eventually anyway. But, I mean, how about since Joel Quenneville came here, there's only been one full season that his teams didn't get 100 points, and that year they got 97. So 5 of the last 7 seasons they've had 100 points or more, which includes a lockout year where you couldn't get 100. So it's basically 5 out of the last 6 full seasons they've had 100 points or better. Corey Crawford is our Lexus Pursuing Perfection player of the game tonight. He comes up with 35 saves, many of them spectacular, and most of them in critical scenarios. As Eddie told us, in a 1-1 game, a big save right before the lead goal. The Canucks come right back. Could have maybe should have tied it. Big save. The Hawks go right back down and score.
Yeah, incredible range of emotion there, Pat, for about 25-30 seconds. Just an outstanding game from Corey Crawford.
Fans, it's time now to announce tonight's 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Bud Light. The 3rd star of the game from the Blackhawks with his 4th goal of the season, number 86, Teuvo Teravainen. The 2nd star of the game from the Blackhawks with 1 goal and 1 assist, number 16, Marcus Kruger. And the number 1 star of the game from the Blackhawks with 35 saves, number 50, Corey Crawford. Fans, please turn your attention to the Blackhawks bench, where Luke Stuckmeyer is with tonight's 1st star of the game, Corey Crawford.
Corey, you start the season and that first goal is always to make the playoffs. You clinch your spot tonight considering the West. How good does that feel tonight?
Yeah, it feels really good. I mean, we're playing really good hockey right now, so starting to roll before the playoffs. Feels really good.
You made some spectacular saves here in the third period. I know you don't like to use the word comfortable when talking about your game. Do you feel pretty good heading to the playoffs?
Yeah, I feel good where my game's at right now, but still a lot of work to do, so got to keep it going.
2 of the 3 goals coming from your fourth line tonight. Kruger was spectacular as well. How much better is this team when you're getting scoring from all 4 lines?
Yeah, definitely. That line was awesome tonight. We definitely need that going ahead, and in the playoffs too, we need our other lines to score goals. So that was key for us tonight.
All right, congratulations. Thanks for your time, Corey.
Thank you.
Corey Crawford, your #1 star.